quite a tennis fan yourself, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
Claudine Longet's story was more tragic than Hollywood ever admitted. For decades, the name Claudine Longet has carried an air of mystery, glamour, and controversy. To some, she was the beautiful French singer and actress who charmed Hollywood in the 1960s. To others, she became the woman forever linked to one of the most shocking celebrity scandals of the 1970s, the death of Olympic skier Vladimir Spider Sabich. Now, with reports confirming that Claudine Longet has died at the age of 84, people are once again revisiting the unbelievable story that turned her from a glamorous celebrity into one of the most controversial women in entertainment history. And honestly, the deeper you look into her life, the more tragic and complicated it becomes. Because Claudine Longet's story was never just about fame. It was about love, obsession, privilege, scandal, and a death that many people still struggle to understand even today. Born in Paris in 1942, Claudine Longet originally trained as a dancer before moving into entertainment. She eventually found work in Las Vegas during the early 1960s, and that decision completely changed her life forever. That's because it was there that she met one of the biggest entertainers in America, Andy Williams. At the time, Williams was already a massive television star with a clean-cut image that audiences adored. Their romance moved quickly, and soon Claudine became part of one of Hollywood's most glamorous couples. To the public, they looked perfect together. She was elegant, mysterious, and effortlessly charming. He was polished, successful, and beloved across America. Together, they represented the kind of celebrity relationship that magazines couldn't stop covering. But behind the scenes, things were far more complicated. Even though Claudine found success as a singer and actress, many critics questioned whether her career would have existed without Andy Williams' influence. Some described her soft singing voice as limited, while others believed audiences were simply fascinated by her beauty and accent. Still, she became a recognizable star throughout the 1960s. She appeared on television constantly, released multiple albums, and built a public image that felt sophisticated and untouchable. But by the early 1970s, cracks had started to form in her marriage. Eventually, Claudine and Andy Williams divorced, though they remained unusually close afterward. And while many celebrity divorces become bitter, theirs seemed strangely peaceful, at least publicly, because not long after the separation, Claudine entered a new relationship that would completely redefine her life and destroy her reputation forever. That man was Vladimir Spider Sabich. Sabich wasn't just a famous skier. He was one of the biggest sports celebrities in America during the 1970s. Charismatic, athletic, rebellious, and incredibly popular. He represented the glamorous ski culture of Aspen during its celebrity boom years. And when Claudine Longet and Spider Sabich became a couple, they instantly attracted media attention. At first, their relationship seemed exciting and passionate. They lived together in Aspen, surrounded by celebrities, parties, and luxury. To outsiders, they looked like two glamorous stars, enjoying a dream lifestyle in the mountains. But according to many reports over the years, their relationship became increasingly volatile. Friends allegedly described emotional tension, jealousy, and frequent arguments. Some believed the relationship had become unstable long before tragedy struck. Then came March 21st, 1976, the day that changed everything. Spider Sabich was shot and killed inside the Aspen home he shared with Claudine Longet. He was only 31 years old. Almost immediately, the case exploded across national headlines. According to Claudine, the shooting was an accident. She claimed she was handling a gun that Sabich had been showing her when it suddenly discharged. But investigators quickly began questioning inconsistencies in her story, and public suspicion grew rapidly. The scandal became absolutely enormous. America was fascinated by every detail: the glamorous celebrity lifestyle, the shocking death, the beautiful actress at the center of it all, and the mystery surrounding what really happened inside that home. Then came the trial, and this is where the story became even more controversial. Instead of being convicted of murder, Claudine Longet ultimately pleaded guilty to criminally negligent homicide, a far less severe charge than many people expected. She received a relatively light sentence that included only a small amount of jail time. The public reaction was explosive. Many believed her celebrity status helped protect her. Others argued the legal system had treated her differently because she was wealthy, famous, and connected to powerful people. Even decades later, people still debate whether true justice was ever served. But perhaps the strangest part of the entire story was what happened afterward. Despite everything, Andy Williams continued supporting Claudine Longet. In fact, reports over the years suggested he stood by her emotionally and financially, even after the trial. For many people watching from the outside, it felt almost impossible to understand. How could someone remain loyal after such a massive scandal? But that loyalty revealed something deeper and more complicated about Claudine's life. The people closest to her often seemed unable to fully let her go. There was always something about her that drew people in. Yet after the trial, Claudine largely disappeared from public life. Unlike many celebrities involved in scandals, she didn't attempt a comeback tour. She didn't spend decades doing interviews or trying to rebuild her image publicly. Instead, she retreated almost completely. And in many ways, that disappearance only made the mystery surrounding her even bigger. For years, people continued speculating about what really happened between her and Spider Sabich. Documentaries, articles, and television specials repeatedly revisited the case, keeping the controversy alive long after the headlines faded. Because the truth is, the story never felt emotionally resolved. A talented Olympic athlete died violently. A glamorous celebrity walked away with a sentence many considered shockingly lenient. And the woman at the center of it all spent decades avoiding the spotlight almost entirely. That combination left behind unanswered emotions that never truly disappeared. Now, with Claudine Longet's death at 84, the public is once again reflecting on a life that seemed divided into two completely different chapters. Before 1976, she was viewed as sophisticated, glamorous, and charming. After 1976, her name became permanently attached to scandal, suspicion, and tragedy. And maybe that's why her story continues to fascinate people even now. Because Claudine Longet's life forces people to confront uncomfortable questions about celebrity, justice, and public perception. Would the outcome have been different if she wasn't famous? Did the public ever truly know what happened inside that Aspen home? And how does someone live for decades carrying a scandal that never fully disappears? Those questions may never be answered completely. But one thing is certain. Claudine Longet's story was never the simple Hollywood fairy tale it once appeared to be. It became one of the entertainment world's darkest and most haunting cautionary tales. A story where glamour, love, fame, and tragedy collided in a way the public has never forgotten.